and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Belle, and this is the Belle Perspective. And today we're going to be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 6, Late Tea Light. I know I'm late. I have some excuses. I'll tell y'all in a second. But let's cover some housekeeping items first. This is a growing channel. I need your help. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, get down in the comments, and hit the like button for me. It'll help your girl out so I can grow my channel. With that being said, I want to give a special shout out to one of my newest subscribers, Miss Bell. She has been, listen, the girl has been in the comments. She's been liking, she's subscribed. Shout out to you, Miss Bell. I really appreciate it. Thank you, girl. I can't wait to hear what you got to say about my summer house video and Real Housewives of Atlanta. And hopefully you watch Love and Marriage Huntsville as well. So I'd also like to shout out Jason Light and Dream Girl 7. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you just recently subscribed and I didn't call your name and you'd like for me to give you a shout out, please email me at thebellperspectivetv@gmail.com, and I'd love to shout you out. That's my way of saying thank you and showing love to you. Okay, let's get into it. All right, Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. So I've been out of town since Thursday. Left Thursday night, didn't come back till Sunday night, and I missed all the shows, so I'm catching up. Let's get into it. So Melody is headed over to Tiffany's house, and Tiffany is good and pregnant. Tiffany is good and pregnant and starting the mess. And I'm like, okay, this is a perfect time for her to start the mess because now she can start mess, say whatever, and she's pregnant. She can say she says that, and she pretty much has all of the people on her side because of her pregnancy. I personally think Tiffany need to mind her business. Mind your business, lady. Melody sits down to invite Tiffany to the tea party. She says, this will be a better way to help us communicate, get along and really try to foster better relationships. Again, we already know what it is. Y'all actually hate each other, but because y'all need to get this check, get this money, y'all gonna fake for the cameras, which is fine by me. Care at this point. Melody tells Tiffany that she can bring a plus one. Tiffany says plus one means backup around this group. I said, I know she ain't never lied about that. Okay. I was like, damn, she called it right out. I said, because that's exactly what that means. Tiffany brings up the situation with Keke and the fact that she felt like she allowed Keke to drag her down at the spa day. Again, in my opinion, Tiffany, you started it. There was no, you were the one that brought up the sock puppets. You were the one that was asking Melody about why you hanging out with Keke. Like, no, everyone was just there to enjoy the vibe. Tiffany, you started kicking up dust. You did that. And I still find it dumb that we're even entertaining this foolishness 2 years later. And you sat there while she was talking about Tisha, Melody's Christmas party, and you didn't say boo then. So now 2 years later, you have an issue. Girl, this is fake. I really need y'all to start thinking of some other things to talk about because this is fake. Tiffany then asked about Martell and the birthday party. She said, how was the birthday party? And Melody says it was great, blah, blah, blah. Tiffany said, did Martell come? I'm like, Tiffany, why you asking if Martell come? They are divorced. Why are you asking this? Yeah, so annoying. Melody says, you know what? He came, he showed out uninvited. I told him he had to leave. Say, I knew he was going to do this. Martell, I know good and goddamn well you didn't show your natural black down to the bowling alley, only to turn around and tell your daughter no, you'll come get her on Monday. And at first I was like, Melody, why are you recording this? That's crazy. But then I thought about it. Yeah, she needs to record it because he'll lie. He'll lie and say that that's not true. Martell is full of shit. Martell full of shit. The only reason why he came down there is because he wanted to see if Melody had a man. Martell, get a fucking life. Get a fucking life and move the fuck on. We moving on. Kimmi and Maurice. I'm frustrated with Maurice again. He go back to his same old antics. I was like, Maurice was a decent human being when Kimmi was going through the things, but here we go back again with Maurice in the same old bush. Okay, Maurice Jr. is not doing well. I'm not calling him by the name that they gave him because I think that that is such a horrible name to give somebody, especially when you want them to do right. So we're not speaking that over him. His name is Maurice Jr. He's not cleaning his room. He's not doing the things that Maurice or Kimmi tell him, and they're having a hard time communicating with him, or they're having a hard time getting through to him, and he's not listening. Again, they call him monster. It's ridiculous. Y'all need to stop calling that boy that. Instead of dealing with it, Maurice is trying to project on Kimmi. So they're both having the same issue with the same child in the same house. However, Maurice is taking it upon himself to try to get Kimmi in line. Why don't you enforce the things that you say? Maurice, sir, why don't y'all both get on the same page? Kimmi says something and then you both enforce it. Why are you trying to put it on Kimmi to enforce the same problem that you're having with Maurice Jr.? I'm so annoyed with Maurice. I would have cussed him out when he was on the phone with Kyle. He says, I think that the issue stems from, the whole problems that you were having with Kyla. Kimmi says, no, 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 that's not it. My problem is you. She literally says, my problem is you. This fool says, you know what? Let me call Kyla and see. Are you not like he is actively choosing not to not listen to what she has to say in this very moment, and it's on camera actively saying, no, I'm going to just avoid everything that you just said, and I'm going to just pick out what I think it is. Let's bend this thing with you and Kiowa. Is it with Kiowa? The issue is that your son, you're not backing her up when she says, I need you to do something, and you're having the same problem. But instead of dealing with the fact that both of you are having a problem with your son, you would rather point at Kimmi and say she's not doing it right or she's being too afraid to enforce. But she's the bonus mom or the step parent. Her weight doesn't carry as much. And Kimmi said, listen, I can't discipline other people's kids like that. Not like that, like that. I need you to discipline your child in the way that you need that between you and Kiowa. Can't be putting my hands or disciplining somebody else's child in that way because I don't know. Maurice calls Kiowa, and in that moment, I would have fussed him out from the back of my throat. Do you hear what I would have fussed him out with Kiowa on FaceTime. He would have got cussed out. He says, I just want us to really talk about, how we're going to be able to raise him and discipline him. And Kiowa, do you feel like you're okay with Kimmi disciplining Maurice Jr. in the way that she would Jalen? Kai was like, no, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. And Kimmi was like, thank you. That is what I'm telling you. I am expecting you, Dad, to enforce and discipline because you, Dad, are his dad. I feel like Maurice doesn't want to play the bad guy with his son, maybe. I think it's a combination of the two. I think he doesn't want to play the bad guy with his son, and he would rather have Kimmi do all that, right? He wants to play good cop, bad cop. He'd rather be good cop. Kimmi can be the bad cop. And I also think that he's not like rooted in reality with his son and how his son is behaving. I don't think he's really processing it in the way that he should. I don't know. Let me not assume, but sir, sir, I need you to get on the same page with your wife because this is the reason why you brought Maurice Jr. out in the first place. You said that you wanted to raise him to be a man. Why now are you expecting Kimmi to do it for you? Keke and Stormi. Keke and Stormi. Now I am no longer a Christian. I was a devout Christian for 10 plus years. I went to seminary school for like a year and a half, was looking to get a doctorate in master in divinity, theology, etc. Studied. Um, yeah, no. I no longer practice Christianity. I am no longer, I do not call myself a Christian. None of those things. I am very much a spiritual person. I am uh, exploring my spirituality, and so I am very much interested in Reiki and things like that. What I wanted Stormy to do is double check with Kiki because Stormy, you may be into Reiki, but all black people, a lot of black people, they're not into that. They know the church and that's it. They're not trying to deviate from the church. So I understand what Stormy was trying to do as far as like show her pieces of who she is, but I just don't think I think she should have tested her audience first. Double checked her audience first before she decided to bring Kiki because that Kiki almost showed her whole behind. And I was just like, don't do this. Don't do this. Kiki was questioning the lady, how are you a child of God? You know, all this other stuff. I said, oh God, please, that's a wrap. And you can see it all on Stormy's face. Stormy was just looking like, all right. Usually, now usually I cuss people out for this kind of thing, but I ain't gonna say nothing because I'm trying to be classy. I don't know. Did y'all hear like a crackling when she was going when she had a little wand around her? The lady, I don't Kajan, I think I don't know what her name was. I'm sorry, ma'am. She had like a crystal wand, I guess, and was kind of like going up and down their backs and stuff like that, and picking up their energies and things like that. She said Stormy has a very pure heart, and I was like Stormy, really do. I love Stormy. And her face when she turned around and heard the lady say she has a pure heart, she was gonna cuss the lady out at first, but then she started to cry. She said, "I'm always crying." I'm like, "No, it's fine. We get it. We get it, Stormy." I When she first came, she was like a pit bull for Melody, and I ain't like that. Where it seemed like that. And now I think I'm really starting to like her. So they enjoy the experience. Kiki says, "I don't know if my pastor's gonna like that, but thought it was a decent experience." I think Black people as a whole should be more exploratory with spirituality and not necessarily just focused on Christianity. Not trying to knock anybody's religion or spiritual practices. I do think that there should be more exploration outside of just Christianity. So, all right, we get to Martell and Maurice. Martell all dressed up with no place to go. He ain't got nothing to do. Martell remind me of one of those beautifully washed, polished, waxed cars that you get off at those car lots. But baby, you can't drive that shit off the driveway, right? You can't get it out the parking lot. The bitch won't turn on. Okay, that's what Martell looks like. Very nicely polished, waxed, beautiful interior, exterior, but baby, the shit won't crank up. Okay, the hood is trash. Under the hood is trash. The engine missing. Okay, ain't no brakes. Okay, ain't no transmission. Baby, AC hanging out the back, and you can't see it. Okay, all the things that need to be connected ain't connected. this this scene was annoying because Maurice got on his soapbox about how he wants to, be there for his son, which I understand that, but part of that means you need to be disciplining your son and getting on the same page with Kimmy. I don't understand why you're trying to put all the weight and responsibility of discipline on on bonus mom and not you, because you brought him down so that you could teach him. So it really is your job, one. And then Martell went to fixing his mouth to tell a lie about, oh, I didn't do nothing. We wasn't having no real issues like that, like that. She said she was gonna call the police on me. I, After watching him for about good 6 seasons, you can start to see when Martell lying, and it was all over his face. And I don't understand how people still can believe what he has to say. So we get to the messy ass tea party. First of all, love tea parties. This is so me, so girly. It reminds me of when I used to have tea parties with my grandma. She would sit me down and she would paint my nails. She had this big basket of nail polish, all kinds of colors, any color you could think of. She would paint my nails. We would wait for them to dry, and then we would go and get my china set. She bought me a china set when I was a little girl, and we would pour some tea, and I would put she would let me put as much sugar in there as I wanted, and a little bit of milk, and we would have our tea, and we'd watch something. I don't know, I don't remember. Have little cookies. I had the best time with my grandma, so I love tea parties. It's the perfect combination of bougie, prissy, and girly. Absolutely love it. Everyone looked amazing. I love the gloves and the hat. I think I like Melody's look. I think I like Tisha's look the best, and Melody's look. I even like Nails look. I will say I'm not a big fan of Melody at all. When it comes to Martell, I'm on Mel's side. When it comes to anybody else with Mel, I'm on the other person's side because I think Mel is fake. I know y'all gonna be bad about that, but I really do feel like Mel is fake. There's an air about her that it just is not giving genuine, not giving, it's not giving genuine. Anyway, so they start talking about cursing and communicating and all this other stuff and cursing and communication. And the etiquette woman, Miss Carol, that Melody invited from Atlanta, is teaching everyone how to have etiquette, what to do with their saucers and their teacups and their plates and all the forks and all that thing, all that kind of stuff. Miss Carol says, actually, brings up, I like to curse. And Miss Carol says, no, cursing means you don't have a large vocabulary. That is not what that means, Miss Carol. Cursing sometimes means that this is the word that I want to put all my emotions on. I stub my toe. I say, dang it. That does not carry the weight of a F bomb or a damn. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't carry that same weight. Words carry weight, they have power, as we learned from our Reiki specialist. And saying dang, that's just not gonna cut it, Miss Carol. I didn't like that. I just thought we can communicate, and I can communicate differently. And just because I curse doesn't mean I don't have a broad vocabulary. It just means that these are the words that I want to use to express how I really feel in that moment. And that's that. Nell gets up and decides that she's going to be messy. She says, I'm feeling tension in the room between the women. There are unresolved issues. Da, da, da. I'm like, Nell, who are you? How do you even know what's going on? She brings up Stormy and Melody. I said, why are we doing this? Yeah, why are we doing this? They mind their business. Mind you, Stormy brings her mother Betty, and we already know that, Betty ain't too much feeling Melody like that. Not like that, like that. I got really bored with this conversation. So I'm gonna really chop it up real quick because I could care less. Apparently Mel tweeted saying somebody recorded her secret conversation at her house. I guess they showed the secret conversation, but it sounded like it was an interview. People ran with it and said it was Stormy. Miss Betty said she mad because Melody had the opportunity to defend Stormy. She never did. Da 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 da. Melody said she never knew that he didn't have she didn't know that, Miss Betty had an issue with her. Oh, God, I don't care. We're going into the weeds about silly stuff. It was dumb. And I really wasn't interested in hearing about the rest of it. Kiki and Tiffany, again, I don't understand why we carrying and dragging this on. Kiki brings up that she has an issue with Tiffany and that, she was there to help this woman try to help her find her dad. And she kept saying that. And I was just kind of like, now, see, this is the reason why you don't tell people your business like that, because they'll use it against you on Mad Day. Because Kiki ends up telling her that, well, I know my dad. I'm like, wow, so you're going to use that to me is probably the lowest of low things to say to someone, because to blame that person for not knowing their father, shame them for not knowing their father when they had nothing to do with that. Kiki, girl, get her off my TV. I'm tired of looking at Kiki. I'm tired of looking at Kiki She done, I don't know what she did. She done scram. She done scrounged her way up to get on this TV screen. I'm sick of looking at her. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't want to look at her. I don't want to see her no more. She's gonna back and say, "Oh, that wasn't a dig. That wasn't a dig." Do you think we stupid? Like she really think? Kiki think we stupid? She think we dumb. Anyway, y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Parts of this episode, I was not paying attention. I was on my phone, so I may have skipped a couple things just because I didn't care. This episode is boring to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anyway, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the episode and my commentary. And again, special shout out to Miss Bell, Jason Light, and Dream Girl 7. I appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. I really appreciate it. This is a growing channel and I need your help. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.